Welcome to lesson number 3. In this lesson, we shall talk about the main groups of letters and their connection to us, humans. According to the Book of Creation, the Hebrew letters are divided into 3 categories. Mishnah 1, verse 10 in the Book of Creation says, "From the Spirit he produced air, and formed in it 22 sounds, the letters. 3 are mothers, 7 are double, and 12 are simple," just like in this drawing. The 3 mother letters, called imot, are Aleph, Mem, Shin. The 7 double letters are Bet, Gimel, Daled, Kaf, Pei, Resh, and Tav. And the 12 simple letters are Hey, Vav, Zayin, Chet, Tet, Yud, Lamed, Nun, Samech, Ayin, Tzadik, Kof. Later on, we will go through some of the following chapters in the Book of Creation and understand more about these 3 groups and their characteristics. What is the connection between the letters and us? The Hebrew letters were given to the first man who was created in the 6th day of the creation of the world, so that he could be a partner in the work of creation. The letters are imprinted in his body, and the initial essence of the letters is imprinted in the human DNA. What is the human DNA? If you break down the root of the word men, Adam, Aleph, Daled, Mem, into its components, you get an infinite cipher, which consists of the names of the letters that make it up. The same goes for every word in the Hebrew language. Likewise, the letters that make up a person's first name form a long and continuous sequence of DNA that implies the root of the soul. The letters that are inscribed in man distinguish him from the rest of the animals and living creatures, and crown him as the crown of creation. When man was created, he applied the knowledge of the Hebrew letters to give names to all the animals and plants that were created before him. As we are living in the material world, the world of manifestation or asiyah, according to the Kabbalah, our physical, energetic, emotional, and mental bodies are made up of the same building blocks that created the world. Every human being is a microcosm of the whole creation. What sets us apart from all other created beings is the compositions and combinations of letters that distinguish us as humans and constitute what we are. According to the Kabbalah, when God created the world, he created the letters as codes or signs. In each such code lies a different spiritual power, and through the combinations of different codes, he has created different keys of light frequencies. Each letter has its own shape, color, hue, and sound, unique energy, and cosmic potential. The spiritual power behind each letter gives it its unique virtue according to its shape, gematria value, pronunciation, and punctuation. Man is made up of letters. According to the Zohar, we learn that the 22 letters are the secret of the structure of man. The letters are imprinted in human beings in each one of the 242 organs and determine the nature, temperament, and attributes of each person. Each limb and organ were created by combinations of letters. The first name of a person consists of letters that represent his energetic structure and innate qualities, and therefore have a crucial significance to his life. Each letter in a person's name, according to its location, symbolizes a spiritual, emotional, mental, and physical potential in a person. The name given to us at birth charges us with all the elements that compose us: our character, our health, our quality of life, and more. These are the vessels that carry us through the material world, throughout our lives. The first name indicates the spiritual form inherent in man, the spiritual frequency in which he came to the world, the character and essence, and even the mission of man in this world. Just as the letters themselves were a tool in the hand of God to create the world, so we, humans, who were created in the image of God, are able to use the letters to realize ourselves in the material world. Our thoughts are made up of words, formed by letters. We are able to express our thoughts and ideas outwardly, and thus we bring them to materialization. Because we have been given the right of choice, we are able to direct our awareness to certain frequencies, generate changes, influence, build, or destroy, and use the power of the letters to create the reality of our personal lives. Through our personal and collective creation, we execute the will of the Creator in the world and direct the divine wisdom back upwards towards the higher worlds. In the book of Psalms 82, it is written, "I have said, you are gods, you are all sons of the Most High." In this verse, God says that like himself, human beings are also able to use the power of the letters to work, create, engrave, compose, and make impact in the world, because they were created in his image. But it is clear that one needs to learn how to use the power of the letters correctly, so as not to violate the laws of creation. It is said about Bezalel ben Uri, who built the tabernacle of the tablets of the covenant in the desert. And here is what it says. Because Bezalel knew how to combine letters in which heaven and earth were created. And this comes from the Talmud. The first biblical artist was well proficient in the meanings of the letters and used them to build the tabernacle and pour holiness into it. The tabernacle was intended to be built as a model of all creation in a tiny scale, with all the spiritual structure of the worlds and the structure of the human body. All this knowledge is encoded as letters in the structure of the tabernacle. From this we learn that the secrets of the book of creation were already used during the Exodus. King Solomon was also known for his great wisdom and his deep understanding of the Hebrew letters. A well-known example of man's power to create through the Hebrew letters is the legend of the Maharal, Rabbi Yehuda Liva ben Bezalel from Prague, who created the golem from clay and breathed life into it by inserting the letters of the explicit name into his mouth. When the golem finished his duty, the scroll and the holy letters were taken away out of his mouth, and he returned to being a pile of dirt.